The leverage you're talking about, that might have cost you nothing. But for some of us, the ability to cast a ballot actually cost everything.
This creator has been advocating for the people of Palestine, so she's quite popular on TikTok. She made a video that has been going viral, but I can't even find the video any longer because I'm sure with the hits that came for her, she deleted the video. The part where she said something that has got a lot of people talking is the part where these two creators stitched. I am going to be sharing it with you guys soon. It's all about, trying to blame Black people, especially choosing to vote for Kamala Harris because you think that they are selfish. She says something like she does not care about how oppressed that they are. They become evil people immediately. They chose to make Kamala Harris their candidate. The response from these two stitches, and I want you guys to see it as well. So we can talk about it in the comment section. So without wasting much time, let's get right into it.
I don't care how oppressed you are in this country. I'm sure people are going to come over and say, yes, me, I'm saying this. I don't care how oppressed you are.
You see, that's the thing you're confused about. We know you don't care. We know you don't care. We recognize, we see who you are as you move with proximity to whiteness, to the causes of Black and brown people across this country. We know you're kind, right? Like, we know how you're going to show up and virtue signal to the rest of us. And then the truth comes out, you don't care. We're clear, we know that. That's why we're not listening to you. That's why we recognize how absolutely harmful you are. That's how we recognize that the thing that you ask of us can't be given, because guess what? Our lives depend on it. Have you forgotten about Marcellus Williams that 2-3 weeks ago lost his life at a state-sanctioned unaliving, where the evidence clearly proved that he was innocent because of the 3 justices that Trump appointed to the Supreme Court? Do you think it is beyond us to understand suffering? The fact that you think that you seem to know more about suffering and marginalization than the rest of us is a testament to your privilege, to the white privilege with which you move through this world from cause to cause, telling us poor lowly people what we know or don't know. I'd invite you to check yours, check that privilege when you come to us and suggest to us what we should be doing. The cause of solidarity is not to set aside the suffering of one set of people so that you can throw a temper tantrum, ma'am. The cause of solidarity is to move collectively with a plan, one that I did not hear you articulate well at all. What I heard you say is, don't give her your vote. Do you know what that leads to? Do I need to remind you of Marcellus Williams again? The very thought, the very idea, the very audacity of you to show up on this platform and lecture us on suffering is infuriating enough. The audacity of privilege that you show up with to utter those words is a reminder of why people like you should not have a voice in conversations like this, because you twist things, you weaponize words. Audre Lorde said it best: the master's tools will never tear down the master's house. But yet today you showed up wielding the tools of white supremacy culture to try to browbeat people into your position. That very same privilege, though, that very same privilege with which you moved with today, if I were to say something like that about any other situation going on in the world, people would fillet and skew me because it's vile, it's nasty work. You, my friend, you can have the day you deserve, but insofar as I'm concerned, I won't be taking lectures from people like you because you have no business telling us how to use our vote or our voice in this country. People like me swang from trees for this right. And so if you think that you would dare presume to lecture us on what we should be doing, you've lost the plot. You see, I recognize that you are emotionally extorting people and a virtue signaler, doing all of that from a cell phone born of a genocide in the Congo. I too am using that cell phone because it is how cell phones are made. It doesn't mean that I don't want better. It doesn't mean that I haven't used my voice to try to elevate the cause to change it. It means that change takes time. And yes, time is an ingredient in that conversation. But for you to tell the rest of us that you don't care, go and have the day you do.
And y'all literally could not see past your own fucking issues, your own fucking comfort, or whatever the fuck. I don't care how oppressed you are in this country. I'm sure people are going to come over and say, yes, me, I'm saying this. I don't care how oppressed you are in this country. Nothing justifies genocide. It costs you nothing to employ that leverage.
No, it cost you nothing. Casting a vote, the leverage you're talking about, that might have cost you nothing. But for some of us, the ability to cast a ballot actually cost everything. I'm so glad that y'all are finally coming out and being honest. After months of emotional extortion, trying to convince people that a vote to keep Donald Trump out of the White House is the exact same thing as an endorsement of all of the horrors taking place in Gaza right now. Thank you for finally saying the quiet part out loud, because it was always clear to us that y'all didn't care. There is no way that you could care about marginalized communities and not be concerned with the impact of a second Donald Trump term, because the logic never made sense. Supposedly there's no vote that you can cast to help the people in Gaza, but also don't you dare cast a vote that would help the women bleeding out in hospital parking lots because doctors are too scared to treat miscarriages. All to prove a point to Democrats, who, again, based on your logic, are people so removed from the harm that people are living through that they need to be taught a lesson. The lesson being sending them home to their wealthy, privileged lives while the rest of us have to suffer under a second Trump presidency. No, the truth that you just accidentally but helpfully illuminated for the rest of us is that it's never been about people. No, it's been about you being right. It's been about you being able to sit on a moral high horse and claim to have clean hands while the rest of us get dirty and have to deal with the truth about what participating in a democracy actually means. Everyone loves to cite the civil rights movement as their North Star. Oh my God, what would I have done back then? All the while helpfully forgetting that when people were risking their lives to cast a ballot that you now just casually see as leverage, their choices on the ballot weren't between what y'all like to call the lesser of two evils. No, they were risking their lives when their options on the ballot were between two people who likely would have called them the N-word to their face. And now y'all have the audacity to try to tell us we should just forget about all of that and follow your non-existent plan? Yeah, no thanks. It took for us to get 10 days out from the election for y'all to finally admit the truth that you don't care about people. You don't care about the impact on the rest of us if Donald Trump is back in the White House. Let's just hope it's not too late for everybody to receive this wake-up call and make an informed decision about who they're going to vote for in November.
What do you guys think about this lady? A lot of times the delivery from those people is crazy, and I see why people always say that we can tell with the way you're talking. We can tell you never really care, and you guys true color are coming out. There have been so many creators who are standing with Palestine or by Palestine that have been cancelled for the past few months now because they think that Black people need to put their whole need aside for the people of Palestine. They are as well going through a lot of things. Basically saying they shouldn't vote for a Black woman, they should not vote for Kamala Harris because our administration are the people putting Gaza in the situation that they are in, and which automatically means that she's telling people to vote for the other candidate, which people believe is even worse if he gets into the office. So let me hear what you guys think about all of this. This person said not voting Kamala is supporting Trump. Basically, he likes Jews to count my money and put in a Muslim ban here. Where does she think this leads for the Palestine? So does she think that if people did not vote for Kamala Harris and they vote for the other people, it's going to be better off? It's going to be better for the people of Palestine? I think these are the questions that people have. Another person said, all of these and not voting for Kamala give us Trump. And if they think he's going to do anything other than hand Palestine over to his body, they are stupider than they already sound. Another one said the crazy part is the fact that if Kamala isn't elected, the other choice will condemn both our country and Palestine. Why don't they get that? This one said, voted for Kamala yesterday because I damn well know she was better than the other people. Chasing perfection in candidates and virtue signaling are this type of white women bread and butter. This last one said, I had no idea that so many of my former friends felt this way till 2015, 2016. I started to see it in 2008, but I thought some change happened over these 8 years. Sadly, Trump gave them permission to be open about their hate. And ignorance. Let me hear what you guys think. Like I said, the original video has been deleted, but if you have been following the channel even seems like for few months now, you will know that this conversation is not new. If you get the few points she made at the beginning before the stitches come in, you will see that she was saying she does not care about how oppressed they are. Like whatever it is they are doing, if they still choose to vote for Kamala Harris, then they are putting the people of Palestine in danger. Like basically just telling these people since the beginning that they should put their need aside for the people of Palestine, like they're not a person of color themselves, like they are not Black people, like they are not aware of what these people have to go through and have to endure. Let me hear what you guys think about this whole conversation. This conversation is actually about to get to an end because now voting has started. So basically, it's about to get to an end. But let me hear what you guys think about this whole conversation, and I will see you guys in the next one.